Hello and welcome. I am Ashley from Yoga for That and founder of the Live Better program. Today I wanted to share my tips for living your best life. Tip number 1 is journaling, and this is something that I've been doing since I was a little kid. I've always had this idea of having the perfect journal, which is not a thing at all. Lately, I've been really focusing on journaling 2 to 3 times a week. I prefer to journal in the morning. I have a little bit more energy. My thoughts are a little bit clearer, so I can focus on what has happened. And I can also focus on some things that I'm working towards as well. I highly suggest you can use journal prompts. So I like to use Pinterest. You can just search journal prompts there. And I also have journal prompts that I offer as well. So you can find those at yogaforthat.com/journal prompts. A link to that below in the video notes. Tool number 2 is meditating. And this is something that can be as simple or as complex as you'd like. I really prefer just to sit in one place with my feet on the ground and making sure that my entire body is pressed into the seat that I'm sitting on. This helps me stay grounded to the earth, and then I just close my eyes and focus on my breath. And I really allow the thoughts just to kind of come and go. And then if I feel my mind is wandering too much, coming back to my breath and really just focusing on my inhale and my exhale. To make your life a little bit easier, you can set a timer. So whether it's for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you don't have to worry about sitting there for too long. If you're someone who might fall asleep or something like that, using a timer is also very, very helpful when you're meditating. Tip number 3 or tool number 3 is to have your own hobbies. So my husband and I have very different hobbies. He loves to scuba dive. I do not at all. But for him, it's something that allows him to have a group of friends and a community outside of the relationship that we have and the friends that we have. And it just gives him something to do on his own. I'm more of a homebody, so reading and journaling, doing some arts and crafts, stuff like that is really something that helps me unwind and stay focused. So it's really important to have your own hobbies that are different than what your partner and what your friends are doing, so you can really allow your self-expression to come out, and you might learn a little bit more about yourself and other people as well. Tool number 4 is to get and stay active, and this doesn't mean you have to have a crazy workout routine. If you enjoy walking or hiking, make sure to move your body 3 to 4 times a week at least in some way that you enjoy doing. This is such a great tool for your mental and physical health. So choose whatever it is that you like to do and give it a go multiple times a week. Tool number 5 is to eat your own way. And I'll be the first to admit I've probably tried every diet out there, obviously to help lose weight, but then also because I have a lot of stomach issues. So once I figured out what was causing my issues, that made my life a lot easier. And then I recently started working with a naturopath just to find what foods work best for me, to feel good physically and to feel good with myself as well. So as much as I don't like to promote diet culture or that you have to look a certain way, but if you don't feel good in your skin, then I highly suggest working with a naturopath to help you find a way to eat that's both good for you physically and mentally, as well as how you feel you're putting yourself into the world as well. Tool number 6 is to have a support group. And I like to have 2 support groups. So one is friends and family that would have your back no matter what. And then 2 is your professional support group. So I have a massage therapist, a body talk practitioner, and a naturopath that I work with on a regular basis. And they're people that I pay because of their expertise. And I can book them whenever I need them. They're there to support me in the way that I need. And then your friend support group are people that you give and take with. So I think of my professional support group as the people that I can kind of use as I need, but your friends, you don't want to use them. You want to have a give and take with them. So they're people that they can call you whenever they need you and you'd be there for them, and vice versa. Tool number 7, treat yourself well. So think of self-care, self-compassion. What do you do on a daily basis to fill your own cup? We can't give on an empty cup. So what are you doing to fill yourself up? I also like the analogy of putting on your own oxygen mask before you help other people. So what are you doing to support yourself before you're giving yourself out to other things like work, friends, family commitments, such like that? Tool number 8 is self-compassion. So I did just mention that, but it also is its own category on its own. Do you show yourself kindness and support when you need it? This was actually a topic I talked about last week as just a general topic, and I realized that I didn't know as much as I thought I knew about self-compassion. So I actually grabbed this book called The Difficult Thing to Being Human, and it's all about self-compassion and the studies they've done. It's actually very, very interesting. So I will probably write about this more later, but if that's a topic that you're interested in learning more about or finding a better self-compassion practice for yourself, I would highly recommend that book for sure. Tool number 9 is planning ahead. So organization is a huge part of my life, and I really do believe it is key to living your best life. You don't have to be an overly organized person, but starting off with an agenda or a calendar with reminders on it so that you're not late for appointments, that you're staying on track of your goals, is going to be a huge game changer. And if that's something you need extra help with, one of my specialties, so make sure to check out my coaching packages down below. You can connect with me more about that in the future. Your next tool is having a routine. So a morning, a day, or an evening, or all three. I generally have an idea of what I want to get done in the day. And then with that, I choose whether I'm going to do that in the morning or the evening or somewhere in the daytime. In the morning is when I have my most energy. So I do my reading, my journaling, my planning, getting prepared for the day. In the middle of the day, I'm generally starting to get tired, but I still have a bit of energy. So I tend to do my workout or something in the middle of the day around my lunch break. And then the evening is my wind down. So relaxing, taking a bath, meditating, maybe a little bit more reading. So I generally have an idea of all the things that I need or want to get done in the day, and then I allot them based on my energy levels. This is something that's changed over time, and I'm sure will continue to change. So make sure that your schedule changes with what works best for you. Don't feel you have to force yourself into a specific routine. And your routine may look a little bit different, like on the weekdays or the weekends, but generally try to have some kind of routine that helps keep you on track. All right, your last tool to living your best life is having a goal. And this is something that for some people, they don't have goals, and that's totally fine. They're completely content with what they have going on in their life. But personally, I believe that to continue growing as a person and to continue with your own personal development is to continue having goals. So whether it's something personal or work related, or maybe one of each. For example, this year I'm really focused on my finances and staying really, I have a goal of saving $5,000 this year, as well as we're moving. So we have lots of stuff going on this year, but that's a big goal that I have, and I have a schedule of payments that I need to make every paycheck to move that money right over, so I don't even think about it or touch it. And then professionally, I'm still working on my Live Better program, and I have hopefully will be offering some more yoga and maybe a YTT program into early 2022. So there's just some things that I'm working on right now. So you don't have to have a lot on your plate. Your goals don't have to be as grand as mine. They might be grander, right? But have something that you're working towards to help develop yourself personally and professionally, I think is an amazing tool to have. So these are my tools that I think will help you live your best life. It doesn't mean I believe there's a certain recipe for success or recipe for living your best life, but I think these are some things you can take into account for living your best life. If you're interested in finding out more, my Live Better program is still available for only $75 until the end of January. That gives you 1-year access to my entire program, including coaching calls and online support, a Facebook group, and even more resources coming towards you in the next few months. If you just want to purchase my Live Better program, I will be splitting my offerings up over the next few days. So connect with me, message me on here, and I can send you some more information about that. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what your favorite tool is that will help you live your best life.